Welcome everyone to Haunted Souls Productions of Beyond the Shadowz podcast, July 25th, episode 20.
20.
Didn't even need your help.
Yeah, we'll call it that. 20 episodes down.
Yep, 20 episodes down. So what's the weather like today?
Fucking hot. Hot. And I thought, it'd be really cool to get a nice new car with leather interior, all black. And then I get in my car, like leaving work, and it is so hot. Like when I sit in my seat, because I took my jacket off, it was so hot. It was like giving me chills. It was almost to a point of relaxing. That's how hot it was. Like it was burning my skin.
When it was turning cold, then there's a problem because it's burning all your nerve endings. But I don't know if I was ever been a time where I was just like, ooh, it's warm. It's kind of relaxing.
I look at my arms and I have like goosebumps, and I'm like, it is way too hot. And it's just going to get hotter.
Yeah, I mean, I braved it for a while. I went outside. Had to mail off some stuff, some merchandise some people have ordered. So if you order merchandise, they got mailed off.
Well, it was Pam and then Breeze.
Breeze, yeah. And everything. And then had to do some grocery shopping. Have to feed the young ones in here.
So?
Other than that, anything else going on?
Well, what'd you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Oh, well, we had our Glore thing. Sad news. TikTok must have had something problem, so we lost a lot of footage.
We lost all of it.
Yeah, we lost all of our footage from our live. So we actually, it's the first time we said, you know what, let's just do our TikTok live and not run cameras or anything.
Well, I mean, we ran cameras, but it was just for the rotations.
Right.
And at that point, like, I really don't think that in the tunnel was really I mean, we had like a bunch of flashlight activity within the two groups, but like we had rope light, tripwire, the music box that we didn't even get to use. It died. We had the REM pod, everything else, but it just, at that time, it just really wasn't going off. So.
No, we had. So, thank God we did the walkthrough. So we did get some stuff. Yeah. You can watch our videos on Zach put up a couple of videos of our walkthrough. They're not up yet. Oh, you just made them.
I'm like 40 minutes into it.
Oh, okay. You're making it one. I didn't know if you were doing two.
No.
Oh, okay. He's making one.
No,
my mistake.
It's
coming soon.
It's just going to be a YouTube video of our walkthrough.
Oh, okay. But it is a kind of a cool walkthrough. You get to see a lot of stuff with the lights on, and everything. It was kind of different. Because the first time we went through and walked through, we had to use a flashlight because all the lights were off. So it was really kind of a second coming of like looking at things that were with the lights on and stuff, and not seeing stuff that we didn't see the first time, or seeing stuff that we didn't see the first time.
Well, and it really wasn't like a proper walkthrough either. It was free roam when we decided to go through, and like that whole second half of the museum we didn't even get to go into.
No, that was locked off. So yeah, that was kind of cool. That was it was I guess it's a Black History Museum type thing, and then the Indian one is under in the process of being redone or whatever and everything. So so you want to say hi to everybody before we get into this?
Yeah, we had a bunch of people already in here. We had our
first
timer that joined us.
Yes. Kathy went on her first ghost hunt this weekend.
Yeah. And she jumped right into it. We'll talk about, since we don't have any of the footage, we'll talk about the things that happened. And we have some of the clips from our walkthrough of our good friend Ronaldo that we'll show, because we did leave him a surprise that if you were at the event or watched the live, you'll know what we left him. We have the sick one here.
Yeah, Madison left.
Convenient. You're sick on a Tuesday.
But you have to admit, though, she left the event and she was fine. And then when on the ride home, she started getting all like sniffling and stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And then by the time we got home, she was all like,
I'm gonna call into work tomorrow.
She's been in both
next Tuesday.
She's been in downstairs sleeping for like 2 days straight.
Yeah, no, I didn't even hear yesterday.
Yeah, the basement gremlin.
Yeah. We got Kenny. Kenny joined us. He had quite the experience. Comment right here, actually. The pendulum breaking was crazy. Which actually was a different.
The second one.
That was Susan and her friend. But
he was there.
We'll talk about it later. But Kenny had a funny comment when I came upstairs. We had Jules. I'll read your comment in a second. We have Jess. There's the man. You're getting earlier and earlier, man.
Hey, Philly.
I like it. We had Susan.
Hello, Susan. Another guest that was there that weekend, this past weekend.
Yeah, everybody else is just recommenting. So, and the Witch's Familiar Paranormal Research.
Hey, guys.
How's it going? Glad you caught us early.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was very strange to have so much time to kill before our event, because every event that we've ever done, it is a last minute just shit show. We're trying to set everything up and rush, and everybody's yelling at each other. It got to the point where it was like we'd already eaten, we'd already ran to Walmart, we already did all this other stuff, and it's like, what are we gonna do for the next 4 hours? I filled up Kathy's tires.
She got aired up her tires.
We almost went and saw a damn Ninja Turtle at a mall.
Yeah, I mean, Kathy was all about seeing Raphael at the mall there.
We had
so much time. We did get to stop back at Old Godfather's Pizza again in St. Joe. So that was good. We had lunch, and then we did all kinds of stuff, and
it was nice. It was just
relaxing. It was just being a lot in the car and not have to. Then we went and had Perkins. We had dinner, and
that place was actually pretty good.
Perkins was always good here in St. Louis. They closed them all down.
Nah, I've never been to a Perkins.
So it used to be on Lindbergh, right across from Steak and Shake there, next across from the mall. Oh, there used to be a Perkins right there.
I had blueberry French toast muffin tops. So it was literally just like the tops of the muffin dipped in French toast batter with blueberries.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't realize that's what it was either.
Madison had Boston cream pancakes. She actually gave me a bite. Those are pretty good.
Way better than Cracker Barrel that we went to.
I'm still saying we need to take an old picture of Haunted Soul, me, you, and Maddie, and stick one up on the wall there. We talked about starting a new game that we're going to hide stuff at certain towns that we're in, and then people can find them. And if they find them, they win something.
Really what we can do is just start leaving stickers or whatever and just put a code on the back and run a code for a month. And if you find it, you enter that code on our website, you get a certain percentage off a ticket or merch or something.
Yeah. Because we're always in different towns and stuff. So
with the amount of restaurants and gas stations and random places that we stop at, yeah, you just never know.
Hey, I gotta admit though, we did stop at a weird gas station and I found my Calypso Zero lemonade. Yeah. So
that was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's always fun to go to these out of town gas stations that usually have like the light Monster coffee, because you don't see the lights no more.
Yeah. I was up in Minnesota.
Yeah, and then I bought 6 of those Bad Babies and brought them home. I found the Calypso Tea Zero Sugar ones, or the Calypso Lemonade.
So yeah, we got in early, and actually, I wish I would have brought. It's in my bag. Shout out to Jared, who gave us each of us a nice little care package and our first company set of tarot cards. That was kind of cool.
He said that we came in. Actually, we got there and saw Andrew, Nikki, and Abby. They were leaving because they went on the tour. And we were just stopping in to see if we could drop off some of our equipment and stuff, so we didn't have to rush in and do it later. And Jarrett was there, and Jarrett was like, "Oh, I got a gift care package for you guys for letting me be on the podcast." And they're like, Glore Psychiatric was like, he's been sharing it on their site and everything and sharing it with people, that he just thought it was really cool that we brought him on to advertise Glore and everything like that. Oh, we did stop somewhere though. Where did we stop at in between? We went to Wyatt
Yeah.
Wyatt Tootle Mansion, took pictures. Mm-hmm. And so since we didn't really it was kind of like an individual thing last time we were there, and that was weird seeing it during the daytime too. And they've changed some things since we've been there.
Yeah,
and stuff.
So yeah, it was cool. Gave us a little like paper bag. It had a nice little note, some like trading card style of some of the places within the St. Joesph Museum company. A little sticker, which Madison and I traded a bunch of I should have just took her bag. Really, I took her postcard. I had two ladies, and she had a staircase. And just because of the way I like to take photos, I'm like, I want your postcard. And then we traded. The little stickers were photos of the brain, and I took hers. She took mine.
And so funny that what was in the bag also was an enamel pin.
Oh yeah, man, you did me wrong, Jared.
And then the enamel pin said "Stay spooky." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so funny!" That
I was hoping that when I took it, because I felt mine in the bag, and I was hoping that when I took it out, it was something different. And I looked at it, and it said "Stay spooky," and I threw it in the truck. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. So I'm sorry, but if you've watched any outro or any ending of our podcast, that is my least favorite saying.
I just say it now. I don't have to say it, but I just say it now because they always like, "Are you gonna say it?"
Yeah. But the thought was cool. Yeah, you can tell he was really excited, and we're looking forward to having you on again if you're watching.
And Jared, I apologize because I told you walked by and you're like, "Oh, there's Jared." I'm like, "That's not Jared."
Yeah, you were like, he said he wasn't going to be here. I was sitting in the back and I saw you, and I was like, "No, that was definitely him."
He had all his hair was all done and he was all dressed up. I was like,
I wasn't going to get.
I was like, anything. That is not Jared. He's like, "Yeah, it is." I was like, "Okay."
That was Kathy. She's like, "No, that was him." I'm just like, it was him.
And then when we came back and we went inside, I was like, "Oh, it is you." I was like. So
it was cool. Yeah, shout out to him for letting us get in there and do our walkthrough, because I mean there's 3 floors in the main museum,
yes,
and in the basement, and then you have the tunnels on the other side,
and then the second floor of that building.
Yeah. And so far we started on the 3rd floor, worked our way down, and then went over. I am just now getting to the 2nd floor, and the video is at 40 minutes. So it is going to be a long ass video, but I tried to get anything that was on the wall, any kind of plaque or something like that. I tried to show it, but not spend a minute on every sign, because you obviously need to go there and look at it yourself. But there's just tons of stuff. So
I have to ask though, if all your exhibits in there, what was your favorite?
Ooh, well, and I put it in the video, and to me, and I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but it's the nurses one, and only because there's other photos and stuff of patients in there, but the one photo that I like, I guess you can call that attracts me, is the one where they're tied down in the chairs while the nurses are cleaning. And it's so easy to get caught up in these places and not take a second to realize, like, you're standing in a location where this photo took place. Like, these people in the photo, you know, are where you're standing. And I put that in the video, and I think I reworded it, but yeah, I go back to that photo every time.
That room is kind of interesting though. Like it actually shows what the nurses did, like their clothes and things that they had to go through and stuff like that. And not only did they have to take care of these patients, they had to do the cleaning.
Yeah.
Like the one picture has the nurse buffing the floors.
On the giant staircase that they had to clean.
Right.
Which I put a caption in there too. Like, you know, not only did they have to care for the patients, but the building that they lived in, the building that they had to go to work in. And the photo is of the 2 nurses on this gigantic staircase, like on their hands and knees, cleaning the staircase.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine the aspect of taking care of the patients, but then also having to go and do all the cleaning as well.
And then I guess they got smart and they started using the patients because of those polishing things like we saw the second time. We didn't see them the first time.
Yeah.
Was these patients were dragging these, like, they're like poles with these big square blocks on the end that have cloths. And they would drag those up and down the hallway to polish the floors. And they said the patient would be doing it for hours. And it was also a way, not a punishment, but it was also a way they said, to keep the patients occupied. Instead of just like sitting down or something, they would pull this thing. And the one was pretty light, but that second one was...
It was huge.
It was huge. And I don't think they had to lift it. I think all they did just step on the other side and tilt it the other way to go back. But it was huge and it was heavy. But it was just a big square block on a pole, and it had rags on it, and that's how they would polish the floors and stuff there. They would just drag it back and forth for hours, they said. And
I mean, it's definitely hard to pick a favorite one. But that is the one that brings me back every time.
I didn't see it the first time, but this time we saw it, the lady that swallowed that, to me, that put mental health in my mind as, you know, that's and if you'll see it on the video, but it's what the doctor, like, cut open her stomach and got out, was extracted from her stomach, was just hundreds of weird stuff like nails and bolts, and
it was pickup.
Thimbles
was the name of the mental illness that she suffered.
Yeah, she was swallowing hair clips, those metal hair clips, safety pins.
Yeah, it was just a giant plaque, and it has over 1,000 something different objects that were found in her stomach. And the only way that they actually realized was because, and I'm kind of spoil it, but she was starting to feel sick, and they took an X-ray, and at that point they noticed all of the stuff that was in there that wasn't supposed to be in there.
I know, but you think about all that stuff that's in her stomach that we saw, because you'll see it. Everything that's on
it's laid out.
It's laid out on the thing, and it tells you in the corner everything that's in there. And just to think that all that was in someone's stomach and just sitting there, like, you're not passing it, you're not pooping it. Yeah. I know, and it's just like, it's crazy to think that, you know, like, mental illness is just, it's a sad, you know, I mean, and we're learning more and more about it nowadays. Before, like they said, and we've seen that, we've come across, like, Melbourne was the same way. Your husbands would say, oh, my wife is crazy, and they would drop them off at an institute, and then they would take them just because, you know, maybe she, you know, did something just out of the ordinary, and he was like, oh, she's, you know, mentally and stuff. And we never really knew what. I mean, I didn't realize as a kid, but your grandmother, she was in and out of hospitals when I was a kid for the same thing. She was depression, mental, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, I never understood it. I just always thought my mom was sick, and, you know, she'd have weekend visits and stuff. But we're learning more and more, and go to these museums like this is just amazing to see what these people dealt with and what people didn't understand. Doctors, you know, and then the whole room of different types of things that they would do to try to heal mental illness. It was just
like what we said is, you know, many, many years down the line, they're going to look at what we do today, and they're going to think the same thing of, like,
yeah, I guess if they improve it,
the whole chemotherapy and stuff like that, and radiation. Yeah, it's a ever revolving door. But
and
I just had another thought of my favorite. Oh, it was the room that wasn't set up last time, which was set up this time. It had all of the, like, schizophrenia,
the sand things.
Yeah. I could have stayed in that room all night, but we went back up, and of course the music wasn't playing. Little sand water circles, they weren't lit up.
Oh, because they turned off the lights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big in my spare time, I like to do float tanks, if anybody knows what that is. So I sit in a pod full of water and Epsom salt and just float. There's, like, that same type of music playing, so instantly that kicked it into, like, reminding me of the activity that I do. So it felt relaxing.
I still want to do that.
Yeah, they're great. If you haven't done it, do it.
Another thing too was like I said, a lot of stuff the first time we had flashlights, so we didn't get to read a lot. But the lady that got the ice pick, the doctor that did the first lobotomy with the ice pick, and it showed a picture of her in, was it 1956? 46. I think it was 46. He did it, and they did it to her, and then they sent her home in a taxi.
Yeah,
like.
Right after.
Yeah, right after. After they did it and everything, they sent her home in a taxi, and they showed a picture of her in, like, 2004, and it's just with a little old lady sitting in a wheelchair and everything. Is like, it's just crazy. Like, that's how they, well, you know, not even say, hey, what happens if something happened to her or not, but just send her home in a thing.
Yeah.
But that's the things that we got to do. We got to go through the walkthrough and see all the lovely all the exhibits, and we got to go to the second side, which was a lot to do with like the Black history and Native Indians and stuff. And hey, Scott and Guinevere. Those were another one that were there.
Yeah,
hello, Paranormal Tori.
I already said hi, but hello, Philly.
What's going on, Philly? West Coast.
We got Dawn tuning in. Appreciate you stopping by. Try to see. Got Jackie. Got Show Me.
Hello, Show Me. Hey, they'll be on next week.
Catman23. How's it going?
Catman. Hey, guys.
Oh, that next comment was, this is Chrissy, by the way. Who else? Anybody else I'm missing before we move on?
Chrissy.
You guys are just talking back and forth.
Chrissy.
So, yeah, getting into.
Do I know Chrissy?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
If I would have known. Sorry, Chrissy. I don't know who you are. If I would have known, I would have said. Yeah, this
I
is
thought maybe you know. I didn't know. I was just asking. Sorry, I was just asking in general.
No, you got me all like thrown off.
Oh, sorry. They're just talking back and forth. You said.
Yeah. So we did our walkthrough. We set up, and around that time, it pretty much ended like right at us starting the event. Everybody kind of started coming in, getting set up, everybody checked in, and then we turned off all the lights, did our intro, and we started.
Yeah.
That's it. See you guys next week.
Yeah. Good podcast. Adios.
You had, what was your rotation?
I had trigger objects in the tunnels and everything. So we had tripwire, which I don't know. That thing's just. I was talking about the one that lights up, not the rope light, but the tripwire. We've had a hard time with that thing. We can never seem to get it. When we finally get it to go work, it dies. So I don't know how much it keeps.
Oh, the tracer.
The tracer light. Yeah, it's called tripwire. So that's why I got confused. The other one, or no, it's not tracer wire. Sorry, my fault. The tripwire we had laid out, the tracer light we had out. We had cat balls, flashlight, REM pod, all in this long tunnel here. We had music box, which the battery died on us, and everything, and the laser grid. The first group we got some tripwire action. It lit up like the first one. It didn't light up the whole rope, but it light up individual, which is really nice with that setup of equipment. We got some flashlight. We set up a yes or no flashlight. Didn't want to play with the other one. It just wanted to play with that one flashlight and everything. So we were hoping like the first group wanted the cat ball to jump up and hit me in the face. And I said, if it did that, we'd be, my night would be over with.
Yeah. We had a laser grid set up on the end as well, but I mean, nothing really happened with that.
No.
And then we introduced that group over to the tunnels, showed them kind of where our 7 video took place, kind of just showed them like, hey, this is another section that you can go to, which it's kind of further down underground into a separate tunnel. And then that group went up with Madison, who was doing Phasma in the morgue.
In the morgue.
We also didn't take. I don't know if Madison took a recorder with her or not.
Yeah, she said she does have the Zoom, so we need to probably go over that Zoom then.
Yeah.
Recorder. She said she did take it down there and left it down there. So.
I unfortunately didn't go up to that group. I just stayed down the tunnel. But I don't know if anything really happened up there or down there, I guess I could say, with Madison.
Well, Maddie said they got a couple that's some good intelligent answers and stuff.
I was gonna say, I don't know if anybody in those groups, if you comment anything that happened, but then you guys got to see the morgue, get to see our good friend Ronaldo. I don't know if anybody climbed into the cold slabs at that time. We came back and took a little break and then kind of let everybody free. Rented out whatever equipment you wanted. Did anybody really take? Of course, Phasma boxes. Everybody takes those.
Yeah, and then one Phasma box didn't charge, so
yeah,
we got to figure out what's going on with those. But then I took the second group down, and we didn't get very much down there either. Wasn't very active in the tunnels this week.
No.
This time. I know we tried to talk to Clinton, which was one of Doug's spirits that Doug usually goes and visits with when he goes to Glore. It's a little boy spirit. Him and Clinton have a little bond and stuff. But Guinevere saw, I guess she was seeing something or anything, and she went down to the back and was talking and stuff like that with a spirit down there. So she had said she was seeing somebody and asked if she could, they could hold her hand or, and stuff like that. So they went down the back of the tunnel and
we catch up on some of these too before we touch into our free roam time. So going back to this one, highlight of the night at Glore, Susan's friend's pendulum broke and all four of us. Yeah, I mean, she came down and told us that like, it's just, each piece kind of screws together. And she's like, it literally just like fell apart. She had to go and pick up all the pieces. I felt someone walking around the room exactly when Rachel saw a shadow. And then, yeah, those two were locked in the tunnels, which we'll talk about that. Yeah, don't wear shorts in Zach's car. That seats are extremely hot. I didn't see a camera in Madison's group. Yes, I didn't go up there. I kind of just stayed in the tunnels. I was kind of hoping that second group, we would get, I don't know, something a little bit more. And I think it's TikTok's update. So you can probably say goodbye to downloading TikTok lives. Yeah, so ours was affected. Jules was there. I think she had issues with hers. And then I think Rachel had issues with hers as well. And it's only happened to us one other time, which was our McIntyre live. Like one of our very first ones. I can't download it. I can't do anything with it. So it kind of sucks. Let's see. Jessica said, we almost went to Perkins. We went to Applebee's instead. I got diarrhea poisoning. Super glad I didn't get startled. I didn't pack extra underwear. Well, hopefully Kenny did. That's what she gets.
What is it up with you two and fucking extra underwear and shit?
Zach has a new side hustle. What's my new side hustle?
What is his new side hustle?
I feel like I remember talking about that, but I don't. Oh, the cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tarot cards.
Yeah.
So we both got it at the same time. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, he was playing with the tarot cards. We were waiting. So when we went back after we ate, we were waiting for Cody to get there to let us in early and everything. And Zach started playing with the tarot cards and thought it was like a magic trick. It's like, pick a card, any card.
Mine is the TV with all the letters, the man stuff in there. So cute and sad, but very cute for some reason. Yeah, and I don't remember seeing that last time. I don't think they had that up there.
I don't know.
Because it was like in the middle of the hallway, from what I remember. Yeah, pick up. And it's literally like right up. Right.
Yeah, we missed it the first time. It was because when you come in the door the second, it's literally right. Yeah. I think we went across the hall to all the laboratory.
No, that was the music part.
Yeah, the music room and all that stuff. We went straight across.
Yeah, the long nails
totally
were
forgot.
the creepiest. Yeah, I mean they were long.
I just can't imagine thimbles, buttons, all that metal and stuff that it would just your stomach acid would think it would have.
She needed some Applebee's. Those nails would slide right out. There are some states that people can still do that. Ooh, man, this is the downside of reading these afterwards. 72-hour psych holds. Yeah, our mental health system is crap.
Yes, it is.
Madison says they say that the average teenager with anxiety and depression is what people in psych wards would have back in the day. They got rid of minstrel shacks and invented mental hospitals. Funny, not funny. Oh, yeah, the cold slabs. We'll have photos of that. Pam actually managed to grab photos. Missouri is one of the states that they can do 72-hour cycles. Thank you. 20 years from now, they'll be like, I can't believe they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy, just the stuff that, that they do and everything like that. It's just, I can't imagine. Mental health is shitty everywhere. I mean, as we go to these tuberculosis hospitals and the asylums and stuff like that, I just can't.
So that everybody came back up, and we managed to find out that Kenny had messed with our friend Ronaldo, as you're calling him. Yeah, we saw what you did.
Yeah. This is a PG show, man.
No, it's not. Ronaldo with his amazing hair and magical beard. Yes.
Yes.
He's got a good looking beard.
He's got a good looking beard. And I always stroke him. Maston's always like, why are you stroking his face?
Yeah, we do it every time.
Well, it's because it's cool.
We also had visible sparks of light energy in the tunnel. I asked if Clinton missed Doug, and he said yes. Yeah, we should have brought like a stuffed bear, because that was always Doug's. He brought that Pooh Bear with him. Also on the third floor in the church room, me and Scott's uncle heard a loud growl and a hiss walk by the door after feeling like we were being watched, and no one else was on the floor at the time. Interesting. I never really got like a weird feeling in that area. The room with the fun sand. Oh yeah. Ronaldo was scared stiff. Yeah. We saw it.
Kitty, how old are you, man?
We saw it. So yeah, we went into free roam. That's kind of when we decided to start going live. And our first place that we wanted to visit was Ronaldo. We'd already put the shirt on him at that time, so that was us showing to the live kind of what we did.
Yeah, when we did our walkthrough, we went down there and we decided that we were going to put a shirt on him, and Zach said we should autograph it. So we all three of us autographed the shirt, and we had a youth large by accident I grabbed instead of a large.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, we'll just put this on Ronaldo. And then if that way, if Glore wanted to take it off or whatever, and we left it on him and stuff. So
yeah. So I have video of our walkthrough when we put it on, which I will bring up here. Eddie's favorite, the basement. If anybody can hear it, let me know if you have trouble hearing it.
Wow, this looks totally different.
Oh, what did he say was over here? Remember he said when you go. Well.
look who it is.
Have you missed us?
What's up, Ronaldo?
Move that sheet.
There he is.
Don't arrest him anymore.
What's up, Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, we have a gift for you, buddy.
That's right, buddy. Let's do your gift.
You are such a great man. Really been working out since last time.
Looks great.
So you should fit in this youth large.
He's bulked up some. You did such a great job last time, Ronaldo. We wanted to gift you.
Be careful, Mom.
Oh my God. I think we gotta do the sleeves first.
Got one big issue.
What?
His arms don't move.
That's why we gotta do it like this.
Or just put it over his arms. Or you really wanted to go on there.
Yeah, we'll just do it like this.
Who dug into you, dude?
Dang.
Battle wounds.
Call his finger. Help me, man. Pull the shirt over.
I've never seen somebody put on a shirt this way.
Ow.
Just saying. You'd be a tough arm wrestler.
Let me go down pretty. There you go.
We're gonna do all this time.
Do what?
Or cut it off.
We're gonna have a hell of a time getting it off. Sorry, buddy.
Oh my God.
They're gonna cut this shirt off. That's what they're gonna do.
Have to do.
Is this vandalism? Madison, hold that.
I don't know, is it?
She's not helping. She's just standing there and wanting to say stupid shit. Come on, man. Help me. There we go. Thanks.
Look at that.
There you go, buddy. All right. We'll be back later, Don.
What number did you put?
I didn't. I scratched it.
Huh.
I actually hit it with the... Oh, I thought you were taking a picture.
I was, but
It's like, I'm sitting here like...
I'm sitting there smiling like an idiot.
we could take stills from the video.
Oh, okay.
Pointing to Madison.
It's official. Ronaldo.
Jeez, Jesus.
He's one of us.
Hey, keep your hands on me.
Good old Ronaldo. All right, let's get you back, buddy. So the whole time we're thinking, like, you know, we're gonna go through all this work to put this tiny little T-shirt on this guy, and like, they're just gonna come down the next morning and see that shirt and just cut it off him, which it wasn't a big deal. It was, we just wanted to gift Ronaldo something
On our lives and stuff,
So the whole time I'm like, you know, let's just let Jared know, like, send him a message, just be like, hey, we put a shirt on Ronaldo, do what you want with it. It's whatever. Dan the next day texts him, and then come to find out,
I texted him. I texted him and said, hey, we put a shirt on Ronaldo, the mannequin. Because their name was what, Fred or something like that? Steve. And I said, hey, we put a shirt on Ronaldo last night. And I said, oh, we forgot about it. You can do whatever you want. If you want to cut it off and throw it away, you can. And he's like, oh, no, we went downstairs and we loved it. He's like, it was great and everything. And he's like, no, we're going to keep it on him. We love it on him. So if everybody goes to Glore and sees, let us know if Ronaldo still has a shirt on him and stuff. So it was kind of nice. They liked it, and he thought it was funny, and they said they were going to keep it on him. So
kind of cool.
It's kind of cool that our shirt's going to be on the mannequin there. That, you know,
for how long, who knows? But it was there at least for the night.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about his head, by the way. Said, oh my God, support the dead, but she meant head. And then when she said head, Philip said shoulders, knees, and toes. Glad you keep the spirit there of our live. Dan shouldn't be able to handle any more dolls or mannequins for the safety. Didn't see the last time when his arm completely fell off.
His arm didn't come off this time.
No, it was pretty secured in there. So yeah, that was on our walkthrough. We covered him back up, so then that way everybody could see him on their free roam. So then we went back down on our live, showed everybody him. Where did we go from there? Did we go across the way to the tunnels?
No, we were in the morgue there. You got on the slab, you and your sister, and
did we do that before?
That's before we went in and saw Ronaldo. We went in the slabs.
So just like last time, we climbed in there, closed the door, and I also have to get those recordings from Madison too, because we did 2 EVP sessions in there.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did.
I don't know if we actually heard anything.
You climbed up on the second one the second time. I don't know if you're supposed to be up there. But...
I mean, I did. The door opened, so if it wasn't supposed to be in there, the door shouldn't have opened.
Yeah, so...
let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah. So Pam was the one who took the shot from our TikTok. But yeah. I climbed up top, which the door to the top actually closed. The one on the bottom, it closes, but it doesn't fully latch.
So that way people don't get stuck in there.
Yeah. I found it to be relaxing. But I went in head first, and they closed the door, and my plan was to, and I wish that the live would have saved. Because my plan was whenever Madison opens the door, then I was going to be completely turned around and facing her, hoping to scare her. But she kept opening the door every single time and kind of spoiled the surprise.
He was trying to take an EVP in there, and he was like on live, and I was looking behind the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to whisper because everybody's like, "What's going on?" And I'm just like, I'm whispering, trying to tell people we're taking an EVP. And Zach's like, "Shut up out there."
Yeah, I could still hear you.
Pam's like, "Man, he's awful bossy." I'm
like
like,
trying to record, and all I hear is Zach's in the Colts lab. Something, something, something. Something, something, something. And I'm like, all I'm going to hear in this EVP is just whispers.
I was trying to tell people.
Jules got on the bottom. Madison got in second. Madison struggled because apparently I don't know where I went. I think I walked over to the cars or something. And she was trying to get out. And I didn't download the photo, but it was Madison climbing out of it and just had this like moment of panic on her face of like her struggling. So sorry. But there were other people in the room.
Your brother just left you there.
Yeah.
After you helped him get up in the second one.
Yeah.
He just left you there. Yeah.
Oh, well. So, yeah. We then went over to the tunnels and went down like the second part of it, the one that goes kind of deeper down.
We froze up, so we had to come back up to the top part. And then you did Estes first and everything, and then I think Maddie and then Kathy. I went and checked on everybody and went over to look and make sure everybody was all right and was trying to switch out equipment and stuff. So that's on Zach. I don't know what happened on that one. You did say 7. There was I don't understand though. A lot of 7s in that place. I don't know what's the deal. What's the whole thing? I mean, we got the video of 7 on ours. The little girl saying 7. I did say the chat did say when we were doing the thing in the Estes, I said, my infamous finish this sequence of numbers, and I said 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you said something, a couple things, and then you said 7 after that. And that was like the only number you really said. And everybody's like, you said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6. So, it was on our live, so we can't really get that and stuff. And maybe we should start like on mine, just like, was it like, what do you call that when you're screenshotting or recording a
screen
record? Then maybe we can get it that way, so it's just a backup and stuff like that. But
or just don't rely on TikTok.
We just take another camera with us.
Anywho, yeah.
So I don't know what happened to your session.
I went first. I had in the long tunnel, I sat dead center in the middle on a chair kind of like this one. Had my back facing the entire tunnel, blindfold on, and then I'd used Jules's SB7, which I feel like I'm gravitating more to an Estes than the Phasma box. And it's like in the beginning, I didn't get a whole lot, and I kind of had to change a little bit of the sweep rate, stuff like that. But then I just kept getting like a lot of like somebody was trying to like tell me a secret. It just happened like over and over and over again. And the weird thing is with myself, Madison, and Kathy, we all had something that happened behind us. So for me, it felt like I had 2 people on either side of me. Like they weren't doing anything. They were just like standing there. Madison then felt like a little bit more than that and felt somebody standing there that they were kind of, I think what she said was not like trying to choke her, but like lay their hands on her shoulder. And then Kathy actually got touched. So it was kind of interesting to see like each person that went into it, a little extra happened until Kathy straight up was like, nope, I'm done. But yeah, I got a lot of the hopes. I don't think there was really anything else that like I got. I mean, I couldn't hear your questions, but Madison went next. I really don't know if we got a whole lot with her either. the one, and I don't remember if it was with her or Kathy. The moment that made me kind of laugh was it said anxiety. And so then I asked, like, did you suffer from anxiety? And then she said yes. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I have anxiety as well, daily, stuff like that. And then the next thing she said was, that's weird. And I was like, okay, I didn't judge you for it, but you judge me for it. Kathy just had a lot of laughing.
It's funny about Kathy, though. I know it's her first time, but she mimics the voice.
Yeah.
She don't just say like her own voice. Like when I'd walk down, we left the tunnels a little bit early on my rotation, and I went down to tell Maddie that we were done. And Maddie was down there with her, and I believe Kathy was doing Estes down there also. Yeah. And she was mocking, like, she would hear a deep voice. She'd be like, this is running, or, stop running, or whatever. She would mimic the voice. Like, she would act out the voice that was on the thing. So it was like, you're getting exactly what, what she was hearing, instead of just like we normally say green or, whatever, and on our normal voice.
She got into it. I was shocked when we were down in the tunnels, and she's like, yeah, I'll go. I was like, all right, like your back's gonna be facing like this empty tunnel, so just to let you know. Oh, and then of course I was sitting there, and I felt a gust of wind go by, and I didn't brake, I didn't do anything. I just stated out loud, like, I hope somebody was walking past me, because if not, then something happened. And then two of the funny people coming through the tunnel decided to touch my head, but joke's on them, because I didn't jump and get scared.
Who was that?
That was Abby and Andrew.
Oh, that was Andrew, Nikki, and Abby. That's right.
Yeah.
They
were hoping I would jump.
I forgot they came up through while they were. That was weird that we thought we were the only ones down there, and all of a sudden we saw light behind you. We were like, "The hell?"
You guys are talking about farts over here in the chat. I don't know
who was talking about
who started this whole farting conversation. Tori says now he needs a pair of Haunted Souls boxers. Giving off those some undies.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Hey, we can make him some shorts.
Shinobi said probably going to be a thing you start with other teams. No, that's true.
What's that? Putting different shirts on?
Yeah, putting the shirt on. We're going to go in there next time. There's going to be somebody else's shirt.
Hey, we were the original. We're the OGs.
Make sure you own it. It's your fart. Oh, when we were showing the cold slab.
Oh, about the guy looking at me, and nobody farted, so we didn't have to worry about it.
Fart before and after. SAC. Yeah, farted on live. Madison said, "You left me."
Yeah, you did leave.
Sorry,
her. You left your sister. Damn it.
Tori said, "Nah, I let my fart hit people. That way we are both surprised." When did this turn into a fart conversation?
I don't know.
Killing people one butt toot at a time.
What the hell?
What is going on? You guys are just letting loose. We are around the Haunted Souls, boys. We'll make sure it's hot and spicy bean day.
What the? Why? What is
a competition?
It is in a competition who can be the stinkiest or the most farts.
Jess and I'll eat broccoli next time. I was secretly hoping Zach would fart when he went in alone and hotbox himself. Nope.
What? Who brought up the whole farting situation in the first place?
This chat just went completely sideways. Kathy did well with Estes. Yeah. I didn't realize she did it more than once. Hey, Zach and Dan. How's it going?
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you caught a weird time in our chat.
Yeah, everybody's talking about farting. I don't know we weren't even in that conversation.
Jess said, I like the mimicking. Yeah. And that's the thing, when she was doing it in the tunnel, she was laughing, but it was still in like the tone or whatever that she was hearing. And at times I couldn't tell if it was her laughing or if that's what she was hearing.
Well, that's funny too, because you do it too, or like laughing or whatever. And
I just state like, it's
laughing
like,
or whatever. You don't really know when they're saying that of like what's going on. And stuff. So
white chicken chili. Oh my gosh,
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So the original the whole thing about it is on the rules. We state that if you fart, everybody farts. Everybody ate before they come. You don't realize that you hear your belly rumble when everybody's quiet and trying to listen for evidence and stuff, and you hear,
Going on, Jeannie?
hey, Jeannie, and everything. Missed you Saturday. So everybody's belly rumbles, and just if you make the noise, then you just, you call for it. You own it. And everybody farts this, and the guy was getting in the slab, and he bent his knees up, and he was on some metal, and he just ripped ass. He's just like, and he straight up looked at me, made eye contact with me, and was like, that was me. And I'm like, no shit. I can see you, dude. I heard it. So that was the whole funny thing about farting with the slab. But you guys have just like,
just turned it into a whole competition.
Turned into a competition. None of us farted. It was a guest that farted. We haven't farted there on the slab.
And I don't know what made me remember this, but the comment that Kenny made was, there's so many fart chats in here now. I don't even know if I can go.
Now you got me. I'm gonna go down there and fart and close it all up. So when guests do get down there,
Kenny said, when my pallet of pendulums arrive. So we come back up from the morgue, and Kenny had already gone and done their thing, and he's like, how much are your pendulums? I'm going to buy them all. I was like, for what? And that's when he explained. He was like, I guess it was their first time using them, but he's like, man, we got like crazy activity. Like he was telling Jess, like yes or no questions or asking, and it was responding on demand, and then they would ask it to stop, and it would stop completely. So he was all about it.
Well,
fast forward like a little bit later, and I go upstairs, and he's like, I'm also going to need all your pendulum boards. And I'm like, Kenny, you just need one. You don't need all of them.
You're going to set them all up on the thing and have them all going around. Well, the big thing was like Susan and Cassie. Cassie was her name. Cassie had bought the mother pearl.
Oh, is that who that was supposed to be? I said Chrissy, though.
I said Chrissy. Was it Chrissy or Cassie?
This is Chrissy. I'm sorry.
Maybe I was wrong. Susan, you're on here. Was it Chrissy or Cassie? And if it is you, Chrissy, I apologize. I misinterpreted the name. But she had bought the pendulum. It was like a mother of pearl type pendulum and everything. And she came back and caught us in the hallway. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, this pendulum exploded. I was like, what?
I thought like shattered.
Yeah, like shattered. And she said they were using it and it just fell apart. And they had to put it all back together. It was really weird. I'm like, I've never had anybody come to me and say that their pendulum just like fell apart and everything. So that's kind of what started the whole pendulum thing. And then Kenny and Jess bought a pendulum and the pendulum board. And then he was like, he met us down there. He's like, yep, I'm going to need to buy all your pendulums. And I'm like, well, I mean, if you want to, you can. They're all for sale. So, and it's funny that that's not something that we've really done.
Well, it's
not a rotation we usually do.
People take them and they use them, but we never have somebody come back and have like the, oh my gosh, experience with them. So,
yeah, I mean, and so, but, now it's like everything lately that everybody wants to buy the pendulum and the pendulum board and stuff like that. So, I'm all happy about it. I like the pendulums. The pendulums give you a lot. If it uses your energy, and I prefer them actually. I like them better.
You need warranties on your pendulums.
All of our warranties. We take no refunds. Nothing is and stuff.
Just said me and Rachel were on the third floors at the beginning of the night. We were packing up, and Susan and Chrissy came up. They walked past us, and it broke apart. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so
Chrissy. My fault.
Sorry,
Chrissy.
That's when Chrissy said that she thought like somebody had like thrown something at her. She didn't realize that the pendulum had completely like this broke apart. Yeah, and that's when she was trying to pick up all the pieces. Because when she came down and she said it exploded, I'm like, I thought like the glass completely shattered, and I'm like, what the hell was going on up there?
Yeah, and that's one of the smaller ones that were like.
Well, that's what I said. You screw the bottom on, and then it has the actual like crystal, and then there's a top piece that screws on. So it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Sorry, Chrissy. I didn't mean to apologize. I thought it was Cassie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just following him.
Yeah. So yeah, we know who you are.
And then we have, if you watched that video of
The old one?
the old one, Madison locked us in the dungeon.
Yes.
We walked in and
I was trying to push her in.
no, she wasn't going anywhere.
She wasn't even going nowhere near. And if you watch the video, you'll hear her because Zach kind of walks in and then I try to push her. She's like, stop trying to push me in there.
She wasn't going
And everything. So we told her we were going to get her back. We said, I said, Maddie, we're going to get you back for it one way or another. And unfortunately, she was dumb enough to get into it, I guess. I don't
I
know.
wouldn't say dumb. I don't know. I had my back turned. I didn't know what was going on until I turned around and I saw you two goofing around with this thing. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
So they have this one of the tortures, or not torture. Well, they did back in the day, use it for torture. But one of the mental health, I guess, ways they thought about healing mental health was put them in the stockade. And they actually have a real stockade where you can get in and put your arms and your head in. And I lifted it off. And I was like, oh, Maddie, do this. And she's like, what? And I was like, put your head in this. And she put her head in it, and I closed it and locked it. She was stuck. And the only bad thing about it is she was on her tippy toes because she's too short. And so she's like, get me out of this, man. My feet are killing me. She's like, I'm having toe cramps.
I can't find that video.
And everything. And I'm like, so, yeah, she got stuck in there. I was going to leave her. We should have walked away for a while.
No, I wasn't going to leave her.
Oh, you left her at the slab, but
She didn't look like she was struggling at that point. She was.
Yeah, she was on her tippy toes. She was struggling to stay. So she's like, I can't get out of this. I'm like, no shit. I locked it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it, the lock is only like it's a peg that goes into the spot that locks it in. That's it. But yeah, she got her payback for the dungeon. Zach was looking for the video to find it, show it, because it's kind of funny with her stuck in there.
Yeah, I don't know where it's. I'm reading one of these plaques on the wall, and it's
Mario.
It's about, well, I called him Mario, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that whatever his name was, it was the guy who made the Kellogg cereal, actually had a mental hospital that he was doing tests at, and for diet and holistic remedies and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that's what this photo was. And then I heard you behind me, like the wood pieces, but I didn't put two and two together. And next thing I know, I turn back and Madison has her arms and her head through this thing, and you're like securing it in place. And I'm like, what is I'm over here trying to get your guys' attention to tell you about this, and you're just locking her in some kind of torture device.
Medieval.
Yeah.
Stockade. It was fucking, hey, if my kids are gullible to do it, I do it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So she got her payback for the dungeon.
Yeah. But yeah, so we did Estes, and around that time though, I think is when we kind of wrapped everything up. Just because of
Glore.
Good.
No, I'm just saying you're saying it because Glore's such a short. We don't have it for the whole night, so we have to quickly try to pack everything in. So
yeah,
and so it's like as soon as you start getting going, it's like, oh shit, you got to pack up and get everything not going. So we didn't get a lot to, but everybody said they had fun.
Yep. Or they're lying to us, one of the two.
Well, I talked to Abby and Andrew Nicky, and they said they had a good time. And Susan and them say Chrissy's like hooked now. So St. Louis event. She lives in St. Louis and stuff. But
yep. So we wrapped up, and at that time, what was his name? Andy? Andrew?
Cody.
Talking
about the guy there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody.
Jules, Rachel, and I had gone back over to the tunnels. I came up to start helping pack up. Those two were still down there. And I'm like, at this time, we got to go. So that's when you said, like, everybody was starting to kind of funnel back into the main room. And you were like, you can go ahead and start, like, locking up. Because obviously he wanted to leave as well.
Yeah, I was like, lock up everything in this building.
Yeah.
Because I knew it. Jules and them were still down there.
And the lights and everything. So I'm carrying out, and I keep hearing my watch just like go off and go off and go off. And I finally look at it, and it's Jules telling me, like, we're trapped in the tunnels. We're locked in. So I go over. So there's two doors in the main building. And then you walk into like a lobby area. The tunnel split. And when you go to the left, there's another set of doors before you walk down. I thought maybe they were just locked in the first set of doors. So I asked Cody, I was like, hey, can you unlock the doors? We have 2 guests that are locked in there. So we unlocked it, and I opened the doors, and I'm like, where are they at? They're not here. And I kind of hear like a little tapping, and I walk over, and sure enough, yeah, they're both standing there in these little squares with a light trying to get my attention. So he had to go all the way back into the main building to get keys and come back and unlock them. Now, he may have locked them a little earlier because they did say that they were heading up on time. I don't know. Kind of sucked you guys were locked in there though, but she was like, would you guys have just left? I'm like, no, we would have saw a car out there and seen that somebody's not leaving.
Yeah, when we got there was no cars. So if we would have packed up all our stuff and there was still a car there, we'd have known somebody was still in the building and stuff, because there shouldn't have been any cars out there anyway. It's a prison. In the museum, there's not,
So, and that was...
So if anybody talks about the tunnels, and I didn't know about this, I don't think Jared kind of went over it when he was on here, but Cody kind of showed me these pictures that were in the lobby about what it used to look like. And where we were standing for the building, and then all the other mental, facilities that they had in on this property was just tons of different buildings for mental health. And all these tunnels led to these different buildings so they could take patients underneath or whatever, and then have to take them outside and stuff. And then he was like, oh, over here, you see this grassy area over here? I'm like, yeah. He goes, there was 3,000 bodies buried in that cemetery. I'm like, holy, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and he goes, all these buildings now, the only building that stands now is the building that we're in for the museum, the building they had for the school, which are the 2 outsides. And then all those other buildings that are on this picture were leveled, and the ground was tore up to build the prison. The prison sits on there now. So all they did was just plow the stones, and they weren't just stones. You can see them in our video. You just saw them on the Ronaldo thing when we were putting them on. If you see to the back of us when we get in the room, there's some concrete blocks sitting on a shelf, and they just have numbers on them. That's what they posted for the people that they buried out there. The mental health patients that passed away, I guess, that the families didn't want, or they didn't have families. Then they would just bury them there, and they just bulldozed the stones and left the bodies there. Yeah. So the prison is actually buried on top of a cemetery and stuff. So
Susan said we had Spirit Talker going as we were standing there. It came through. I have regrets, and then Pendulum just like exploded. Cassie was like, "Okay, which name is this?"
So it is Cassie then. So Chrissy, I don't know.
It's a mystery. Thank you for joining. Whether
Chrissy, thank you
for joining. If it's you or not, I don't know.
I thought it was Cassie.
Say that we were in the part of the tunnels. There's a chair holding a door shut with squatters behind it. Okay, so there's not like that we know of. I can't say for sure. It's not like there's just a group of squatters in that building. They put a chair there mainly to keep people out, because what happened was when they shut the building down, they just left. They didn't take anything out of the building. They didn't demo the building. They left everything like it was. So water pipes, everything that was still there when it got cold, busted. So there was water everywhere in that second part of the building. So there was water everywhere, which then meant mold, asbestos, and stuff like that. So when we're doing these overnight investigations, obviously if somebody sees a door and it opens, they're going to go in there.
Wait a minute. She's complaining that there's a door for squatters, and she's over in East St. Louis exploring property wait a minute, you can't complain about that, but you're going to go to East St. Louis where a young girl should not be at, exploring places. You can't have one or the other now.
So there are, I'm sure, squatters in there from time to time, but it's not like they're just holding back a community of squatters.
Yeah, they're not there to hurt you. They're just,
it makes it seem like we're just putting people in like unsafe situations. But yes, there is just a little like children's chair that is
it's high security, man,
to keep people from going in.
That's high security.
Yeah. Spirits are fine. Human squatters I'm not so fond of. I mean,
I don't know if there's any squatters left in there or not. They were just saying that when they had at one point they had squatters.
Yeah.
They're about to tear that building down. Apparently, what they said. So
just a dude for real. I kept thinking that's how zombie movies begin, about them plowing and just building over it. Good night, Philly.
Good night, Philly.
Tuning in.
The other night he was doing an oil change at 11 o'clock at night. He said it was not a lot cooler at nighttime than it was.
We could deter the squatters with our farts. God, here we go again. I'll be better prepared next time. I couldn't trust a fart in these Applebee's. I was defenseless. Anywho, glad you guys got your farting conversations out of the way and turned it into some kind of weird competition that I will not be participating in. Yeah, I mean, that was about it. Then we took the long drive back home.
Yes, it was a very, very good another adventure at Glore. I don't see nothing evil there. I don't ever get nothing evil or mean.
I don't know.
I don't think. Have you ever? I mean, I was talking to Andrew Nicky about that. I said I think they're very relaxed and chill spirits. They're just,
Well, and I can't imagine the amount of spirits that are in there. Like just the amount that we're not even getting a chance to communicate with. And that's the thing too, is like the two times that we have gone there, it's been for events. So like we're not technically investigating unless it's just free roam for that short little bit of time. So
that rotation that we're doing.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be interesting maybe to go and kind of do our own like investigation there and not have an event and get a group or something together.
Yeah.
Make a whole thing of it.
I mean, you just got paid by the hour. That's all.
Yeah.
I would like to do it longer. It's always seemed like we're rushed when we go there.
Yeah, that's like that.
Because we don't get...
you don't have it for as late. But,
yeah, when we do like 9 to 4 or 9 to 6, you don't feel so rushed about everything getting done and everything like that and stuff. So,
but just like before, definitely if you're in the area, even if you're not, take a travel through. There's tons of other things to explore in St. Joe. Definitely stop by Glore. Stop by the Tootle Mansion. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. It's kind of one of those you can kind of walk through. They have exhibits. I have some photos on the camera.
That's an old ass building because everywhere you step, it goes the floor creaks.
And the architecture of the buildings and the houses in that neighborhood, not a single house is the same. Like there was a house that was like extremely tall but narrow, and then right next to it was like a little one floor, like modern style house. I mean, there's some really cool buildings there.
Yeah, it's St. Joe is pretty good. It's kind of like what we were talking about with Jared. Like Atchison and St. Joe are almost the same alike with the houses.
Yeah. So
and stuff like that.
And Beatty, check out that as well. They're all kind of in that area.
Yeah, we should have went by Beatty. Beatty was right there by Tootle.
I've got tons of photos of Beatty.
That's right. We did last time we were there. You were doing.
And definitely check out the gift shop. There were a ton of cool different items in there. Madison purchased a pair of planchette earrings.
Yeah, Maddie, if you're listening, you can bring and show your earrings.
I wanted to purchase. They have these like little enamel pins, and each one has a different mental illness. They've got like PTSD, schizophrenia, anxiety, stuff like that. But it shows like a brain scan almost of the brain functioning with that.
Why didn't you get it?
That I don't know. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. I would have gotten anxiety just because that's me. But
got them all. This is all mine.
Yeah, those were cool. A lot of cool things. Definitely say hi to Jared when you're there.
Yeah, Jared, Cody, Cammie.
Yep.
Those are the 3 that we've met so far there. They're really good. And check them out. They do have a murder mystery show. Oh, we didn't do the straight jackets. We didn't let everybody do the straight jackets. We forgot.
Well, no, and the last time it was the lady at the counter had to like help with it because they weren't like fully securing or something.
Yeah, they were underneath that podium we were sitting at.
Yeah, they didn't just allow us to take them and put them on people. She had to help us with all of them.
Oh, look, here's a sicky girl. So Maddie bought these.
Hello.
Maddie bought these earrings. They're like little Ouija board planchettes.
Planchettes.
Oh, what? They all know.
You couldn't get it out.
So, yeah, that was our event. I had a good, fun time. It
Cover
was
your
cool.
face, Zach.
It was cool to see everybody. Some familiar faces. We had some new faces there.
Yeah, Kathy.
Yeah.
Guinevere's uncle, Scott's uncle.
Yeah, I don't know if that was somebody commented a while back. Was it his name Jim?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he commented. I think when we were talking about the whole pendulum thing, he said that was pretty weird.
Yes.
So
Thanks,
it's cool
Jim.
to see you hop in here as well.
Yeah, thanks for watching, coming in.
And
watching.
It's unfortunately without a lot of the footage and stuff like that, we're not just gonna drag this out to 2 hours and just sit here. But we wanted to kind of hit on some of the points that we experienced and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
talk about a couple things coming up.
Yeah. We have our next event is our St. Louis events, August 11th and 12th.
And you can see that place on now. That video is up, right?
Yeah, the walkthrough of that is live on our YouTube page. We did I came home from work one day and I was like, we don't have any photos or anything of that place or videos. So we did contact Nicole, went up there, did a walkthrough of the building, did a very, very, very short kind of teaser live of just investigating in the lobby. It was mainly just to show people what the place looked like because we didn't have anything.
Man, we got a lot in that little time of that teaser.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Rachel showing up.
Oh, Rachel. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that video is live. Go watch that one. I'm hoping to have the Glore walkthrough done sometime this week. It's a lot.
That's a long video.
Yeah.
But other than that, yes, check out the St. Louis location, the event. It's up. Start buying your tickets. Tickets are not going to last. It's not going to be like a 35, 40 people event. There's only going to be a certain number of people in that event. That's why we're having it 2 nights so we don't overcrowd it. So if you want a specific night, you better get your tickets now or get them early so you can pick what night, because if one night sells out, then you're stuck with the other night and stuff. Or come both nights. I don't care. Hang out with us.
Yeah.
Next
part
week.
of the night was me getting locked in the tunnel. So thank you for that. You're welcome. Glad that was the
Sure, if that was the best part of your night. There you go.
Next podcast is August 1st. I know we discussed having Show Me Paranormal on. I don't know if we ever actually finalized anything.
Yeah, she's supposed to be sending us pictures of her and her husband so we can get a post made.
Cool. So
I just saw that today. So
saw them.
She's on there. She was actually on there, so they'll be a guest next week.
Yeah. We'll
get to talk to them and hear about their lovely adventures.
Yeah, get your questions ready. No more fart chat over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have that podcast. And then, of course, the next one is August 8th, which is the week before our St. Louis events. So we will have Nicole on from the St. Louis Haunted Mansion.
Nicole and Elizabeth. I don't know if Elizabeth will be on or not.
Yeah, I don't know. To kind of talk about the building and hype you guys up for that. Because not only do they do ghost hunts, which if you watch the... actually, I don't know if I put that in. Yeah, we did. We discussed it. They do night markets. Every last Friday of the month is a themed market, which we have done a fairy market. We've done a Bellefontaine market and a Pride market, which I wasn't there. They're really cool. Get to see a lot of different vendors, and they go all out. The fairy market, there were a bunch of ladies dressed up. I don't know what the other Pride, if anybody was there.
No, Pride was weird because of they had that severe thunderstorm we were coming in, and it was really we had a lot of people. It wasn't as busy as the other ones were.
Yeah,
I mean, because we've been to 2 night markets now, and 2 of them have been pouring down raining and thunderstorms.
Yeah.
So it was hard. Sorry, I didn't hit your toe or nothing, and stuff. But they are. I don't know what this one is. I can't remember.
I don't know.
We won't be at this one though.
No, but definitely check them out. Facebook and Instagram, it is the St. Louis Haunted Mansion. You can also go to their website. You can actually see a list of events and activities that they're doing there. They do their own kind of like little ghost tours of the building. They also do, what do they just have, like a seance night?
Yeah, they had like they had a mystical kind of fair.
Yeah.
They had the seances and ghost tours and little vendor market thing.
Yeah. So check them out. Give them a follow.
Yes, and then that connection has led us to maybe have some exciting things coming up with different locations that we've always wanted to go, but we haven't had a chance to go into. But has to do with starts with an L.
I don't know why you keep looking at me. You're either going to say it or you're not.
That's it. No, we might have the chance to investigate some of the limp property, so that's a good thing. So stay tuned to that. I mean, that's always everybody asks us every time we say we're from St. Louis, and they're like, "Hey, have you checked out Limp Mansion?" I'm like, I'm waiting to. We should just do it so people can say, "Yeah, we done it." So stop asking all the time. But we got some other cool things coming up, playing up with St. Louis Haunted Mansion. So
He's back up again. Go check out all of our socials.
I didn't notice that, but you're right. That like almost perfectly goes with the banner emblem and stuff like that. So yeah, check us out. We got St. Louis event. What do we have at the end of the month? We'll be in Dodge City, Kansas. We will be holding a ghost hunt at Depot Theater. We'll be we're collaborating with Kansas City Metaphysical Fair. And if you're into like the tarot card readings and stuff like that, we'll actually be front and center. She said, I talked to Sylvia the other day, and she said our booth will be the very first thing that they see before they even buy their ticket. So we'll be the front and center of the fair and everything. She wants to start collaborating with us. So we have that one at the end of the month. And then September's a crazy month.
We'll touch on that when we get into August, though.
Yeah, and stuff. But that's kind of like what things are going at right now.
Madison?
Had a great weekend. Awful end of the weekend.
What's your favorite thing?
What was my favorite thing? Not the car ride home, that's for sure. I got super sick. But my favorite thing, museum-wise, I think I liked the nurses part of it because you really did. I was reading a little bit of it. They have a book in there, and it's basically like a handbook for the nurses. So you get to see what their kind of everyday was like before they started their shifts. What were they supposed to do? You know, they kind of talked about like how they would wake up the patients, everything like that. So that was like really cool to see. That was probably like my favorite part of it, was reading that little book of it. So, yeah, it was fun. Had a great time going back. Like excited for the St. Louis event. Yeah.
You got her all out of bed.
Yep.
Got Sicky out of the bed.
I need to get out of bed.
Yeah. So go to our pages. Go to HauntedSoulsParanormal.com. Book the event. Click on the event. Book. Buy a ticket. Buy 2. Buy 3. Bring your whole family. I don't care. The more the merrier. See all our new merchandise. Our new candles. You can
Is that what the smell was the other night?
We were making our new candles, and I was sitting in the living room, I'm like, man, this whole house smells like frankincense and myrrh. And I was like, Zach, do you smell that? And he's like, nope. And then eventually you're like, yeah, I smell that now.
Just think I'm sick and I can smell it.
Yeah, the whole house smelled like frankincense and myrrh, which is really good because I think we're gonna burn the candle tonight to see exactly what it tastes. So you have to check out our new merch. Our new candles will be on there soon and everything. So follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure if you haven't followed us, go to our group page and follow us on our group page. Because then you can post your pictures from your events, any kind of advertisement, things like that. So you can do that on our group page. We allow that. If you have any questions that you want to know and talk with other people, you can. And that. But
that's it. Appreciate you guys tuning in this week.
Yep. Next week, like I said, we'll have Show Me Paranormal. Excited to sit down and talk with them. I mean, we talked to them through TikTok live and stuff, but not actually really sat down and got to talk to them through that. So I'd be interested in places they've gone and things that they've captured and stuff like that. So I guess we'll see everybody next week and everything.
Mhm.
All right. See you guys next week. Stay spooky.